Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Yak, and while we are just passed from punching the same bag of boxing, so just kicking a dead horse. And in this case is, well, the well-known boogie shit. And it's officially done, even when fucking knowledge like PC Gamer post shit like this, you know they are done. And in fact, it's better when you have an account like Paranation posted this. Because it's the highlight of the most important part of what they said, despite this PC gamer from all of those fucking mainstream gaming media outlets. So PC gamer asked Shadows in Boogie Shit's final chance to survive. So yeah, it's over. Ubisoft list of failures the past year, and there's a lot of them. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora failed to bring in the players. From what I saw, I don't even need to fucking play it. I just saw because I boogie shit only recycle their fucking gameplay over and over again, and they make far worse, more robotic, with less quality in animations, and always with the RPG mechanics to push microtransactions, just like they did with Far Cry 5. And since I mentioned in Far Cry, that Avatar game was just a copycat of Far Cry Primal, but with worse animations, recycled content. Or should I say, it's just a rescreen of Far Cry. At this point, why we are making the surprise that it resulted the way it did. Continue on. Princess Persia The Lost Crown underperformed. Because how everyone could have foreseen that a Prince of Persia game, despite this platform, like that 2D platform, despite it is 3D animation, um, you don't play as the prince, but like some sort of assistant, and has the DI California skin color and hair style. Ah man, at this point now you know what I'm saying with that. You have seen the cover of that game. You have seen the character you play. Tell me it's not the AI along with the rest of the cast. And despite that they mention, oh but the gameplay is good. Everyone, including myself, I'm not going to lie to you. I was expecting many years for another Prince of Persia. And the last one I played was Forgotten Sands. That game released in 2010, and I played that 2 years later when I found a disc, and that's the last time I played Prince of Persia. And then they go out of their way to tell you, oh, Prince of Persia is back, like in 2020, announcing that remaster with poorly made graphics, but apparently it was going to be a proper remake or remaster, however you call it, of the Prince of Persia Sands of Time. They ditched that, they cancelled that, because everyone knew you are going to charge $70 for this. And in fact, they were even saying you to that they were going to charge you like that money. $40, I remember, with the pre-orders. The people were mentioning that the pre-orders were open, and suddenly it all vanished. And then the Lost Crown happened. And even it was like going back to the roots of the original Prince of Persia. And that Prince of Persia that they released in consoles, only for consoles, in the era when Gameloft used to do good decent stuff, because that game got developed by Gameloft. Yeah, I was a fan of Prince of Persia. Skulls and Bones didn't make a splash. Skulls and Bones is just a fucking scam that fucking boogie shit pull out to drain taxpayer money for from, I think it was from Canada. Vancouver is in Canada, I remember correctly, or I'm bad at geography at this point. They they announced that it was going to be a DLC for Assassin's Creed 4. I'm not going to deny I enjoy it playing those battleship battles there. It was good. But Skull Bones, the game that puts an stamina bar in your ship. So that one. Over 10 fucking years draining taxpayer money from Canada, hiring recent graduates that wasted their entire fucking life in a project that never came to light in their time with boogie shit. And when they tried to find another job, they told them to go fuck themselves because there was no fucking mm, curriculum there. Even I ranted this before because when I was in a fucking company that it had a lot of fucking projects that they were just on the verge of just being shut down. Many were shut down. I'm going to deny that it happened. One of my co-workers around that time spent their time in those fucking projects that never came to light. And when he left the company and tried to be on his own, he was pretty much fucked. He couldn't get interviews because when they say, hey, since it was web development, why is, despite that he said he working on this and we haven't seen any sort of that evidence, nah, they're not going to trust you. That's what happened with that people, with that working on Skull and Bones. Continue on. The Division Heartland was cancelled because who asked for another shooter looter light service with microtransactions? The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake was pushed back to 26. Man, fucking 5 years at this point. It's going to be fucking 5 years, and they can't release a fucking remake. Or even if you redo all the scenarios in a new graphic, and man, in a game engine. At this point, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Star Wars Outlaws didn't set the galaxy on fire. Just like we saw all that fucking nonsense that they push out, that even in their own website, they told the people that bought that shit how to get those side quests because they were not even hidden. Those side quests they were just that and people didn't play it at all and they have that statistic. They know how to track that information. And they didn't bother. They say, you know what, this shit, not even 1% of the players completed that game. Asked Shadows was delayed until 2025, and at this point I don't need to remind you that we have seen how that shit is going to be the final nail in the coffin the next year, in February, in Black History Month. The Lost Crown team was disbanded, just as expected, and nobody cared. X Defiant is shutting down. Born the same year, dying the same year. What a surprise. Ubislop is reportedly up for sale. Uh, Tencent at this point they are just going to buy it. Even if France has that fucking laws, they are not going to say boogie shit. They are just drowning in debt. And they still have a lot of fucking employees that they can't do shit. They all for the name of activism. French employees went on strike, and I just told you that. Oh man, I at this point I just told you that my opinion with home office. If you know how to handle and be productive, just the same way you are in office, by all means do it. But I can guarantee you that there is no way that those employees at Ubisoft are productive going to home office and receiving the same sort of paycheck. 744 staff have been laid off since October 23, and it will be many more. until it's all of them, including the ubislop family. Of course, we get some classic games, video game journalism with integrity in the article. A vocal minority lambasted the game Star Wars Solas for being quote-unquote woke. I guess because it has a female protagonist. The same fucking disingenuous shit. Bayonetta, Lara Croft, the girl on Tales of Berseria. You know, even if I have to go back again to see the disc, the games I own still here, I can guarantee you, even next Blaze, Lost Memories, yeah, that Blast Blue visual novel game. You can claim it's an spin-off, but well, it's canon, part of the canon inside that game. Ah, man. The, early from the first The Last of Us, even. Back when even the writing of the first game was decent. But, just like every single time, they're going to play the same disingenuous game. That's why it's just classic game journalism. And don't be surprised that it's just the same bullshit as always. And just to continue on. Or because fighting fascists is bad now. See? The same fucking nonsense. It's all incel nonsense. Because that's the fucking problem with all of this. Even what was left of the consumer base of Ubisoft told them, hey, please, stop giving us dog shit. Give us what we want. And they went on their way to say, oh yes, toxic masculinity is just incels. Those fucking evil right wingers. French people are retarded. I don't, at this point, I just on the verge of telling you that they are not human, considering how they are. And these toxic weirdos don't have enough catch to move on the needle. It's funny that you mentioned that because it's all infested with your same fucking ideologues. Just like communism. They put their fucking useful idiots there to just shit with everyone that disagree with you. Ah man, this fucking game journalist. So I think players have lost faith in the company, even when it does release something good. What good of all of this? You can claim probably that Prince of Persia, excuse me, Prince of Bel Air in gameplay was decent to a certain degree. The whole story, the whole presentation, of course, people there say, you know what, nah, fuck this shit. Honestly, a la mierda con eso. I don't want this shit. I don't want it. You can have it. I'm not the target audience. People are too hesitant to open their wallets. Rightfully so, at least I'm glad that you have that self awareness there. On As Create Shadows, releasing in February, unfortunately, it picked the worst month of the year to launch. Ah, man. Looks like they also had that sort of self awareness. Imagine my shock. I'm genuinely shocked. February is a big enough deal to compete. I reckon though given Ubislav's recent track record, there's probably going to be plenty of prospective players deciding to skip in favor of Monster Hunter or about in save. Taking a wait and see approach, we could end up costing Ubisoft dearly. The Boogie shit, along with other companies, they they made their own ways to push this mindset. I'm just repeating it because, well, it's a correct mindset. I don't trust these fucking snakes, and probably I'm just want to try their shit, but not at full price. I'm just going to wait 6 months, or in fact, I'm going to wait for a streamers that I actually trust and buy this shit and see for myself when he's playing. And even if the fucking streamer is just chilling the game because he got paid off, You can clearly see when they are just pretending. It's difficult for a streamer to pretend he likes something, just like we have seen with other games. Or when they got those fucking streamer or those influencers that played Battlefield 2044, 42, excuse me, and they were seeing how the game was just fucking dog shit. They did this to themselves. They really did. And just to end this, where Ubisoft is at now. Shareholders are now reportedly figuring out how to structure the buyout in a way that will leave the Guillemot family remaining in charge. Oh man, I really even love all those fucking lame ass posts on social media claiming, but the Gibbs Guillemot family, they were there at the start of the company. Yeah, and they are the same kind that sunk the company. So they started it and themselves ended it with their stupid decisions. But apparently, the second largest shareholder, Tencent, has been dragging its heels, giving the huge dip in share price down from a historical high of $85 in 2021 to a mere $13 this year. Or euros. I think it's euros at this point. They they really fuck up this year. And everyone is laughing at them. Rightfully so. The rest of the shareholders no doubt want this to be handled quickly before even more dips in value. And I know that some shareholders were saying that it was just the plan of the China, the Tencent, and Guillemot family to go private and screwing our investment. Well, if that was the case, why did you decide to invest money in a company that hasn't been good in more than, what is it, 13 years? I'm not making that out, 13 years. The last good shit they released, I remember it that time. And actually, I enjoy from time to time because, funny enough, it was just a reskin of Far Cry 3, but it was handled by other people that knew how to give something entertainment. Uh, it was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, all that 80s movies reference. To this day, I even enjoy and go to play from time to time. I still have that shit in my Xbox 360 when it was given for free with games with gold when that program still existed in Microsoft. So at this point, I just said something that probably someone else told you. This company is done. They really are, and even their financial state, they're not going to survive many anymore until finally they go bankrupt in the stock market of all stock markets and they are still drowning in debt. Even I don't think the French government is going to bail them out. They have so many problems they created with the globalist agenda they push in their own country. The Kurdish problems, the melanin cox causing problems in France, the terror attacks and all that shit. Do you think a country like that is going to have spare money to save a gaming company when gaming has beyond shadow for every single political group in that place? Seriously, I don't know what else to tell you. They're not going to get bailed out of this. And in fact, I am still saying that family is going to have something due to them for erasing all that money from those shareholders because there is just going to get in a moment when they eventually snap. But at this point, well, we are just laughing at this company. They They haven't given you something decent. And even when the consumers that just consume for the purpose of consuming, they had enough with bullshit. They did. They pushed it over the edge only because activism. They thought that it was far more important to accept all that BlackRock money and push all that woke nonsense, hire all those DEI activist sellouts. There is nothing there, just a rotten corpse, just getting kicked out, but many one. That's all I wanted to share here with you for now. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a pretty good weekend. Please enjoy it and take care.